It's episode 604 of the Working Class Bowhunter podcast, part 2.
604 and a half?
603 and a half. 603 on the first one.
It's 3.5.
It's 604. 603 would be part 1 to this. 604 would be part 2. Okay. Why don't you all shut the fuck up? We can do whatever we want on this show.
It's like you own it.
It's like you're in our studio.
I know. Gee.
You're a part of our team, Lee.
Oh,
you're a
thanks.
part. You're a part.
Thanks.
For being in a cult, you're a pretty good dude.
Hey, you're not bad. You're a cult leader too.
Hey, no,
Say
I'm
it.
not.
Say it.
I don't collect virginities.
Jesus. Okay, next.
Got you, bitch. Kurt Geyer speaking.
Eric Hoffman.
Checkmate. Doug Schmidt.
Austin Chandler.
Lee Her.
And from the liberal state of Oregon.
Only a couple of cities. Michael Waneke.
Yeah, that is true. Illinois is way more liberal than Oregon, probably, right?
You're talking shit.
Is that true?
I don't know.
Chicago versus Portland.
I'd say
Chicago.
they're pretty similar.
Yeah.
We get riots, you know. Well, so do you.
Yeah.
I'd say we're pretty good. Pretty even.
Call to truths.
Yeah,
Okay, fair deal. You're a Midwest guy, Wisconsin native.
that's right.
Thanks for being here, man.
Thank you.
Gary Blessing's in here
What's up, brother?
again. Killing it, dude.
Still.
You're in here
Still
a
here.
lot.
I love it.
We got to get a picture of Diesel on the wall in here.
I'll send you one.
We need, yeah, we're gonna print. We'll get like one of them like
Oil paintings.
oil historic paintings.
With Eric's deer.
Yeah,
Hang it right next to it.
They'll-
If you want one, I'll get you one.
we can get one made.
Okay.
We'll cover the costs.
I'll send you some.
Okay, deal. We're talking big deer, Boner Brothers Part 2. We're in the house again.
Got him.
We're so
Touching
hard.
tips,
Gotcha, bitch.
Gotcha.
finger guns and all. We're back, baby.
What's up?
If you can't tell, we're recording the same night.
We're recording the same night. We haven't left. Turns out we
No, we're
decided.
just all wearing the same clothes.
Actually, we've been sitting here a whole week to record this and
Never
launch
left.
this for you.
Just telling
hammered.
stories.
Or 2 days later. I don't know what we're doing with the launch of this. So thank you for supporting us. Thank you for tuning back into the part 2. If you would, give us a rating and review wherever you listen. As long as the rating or review is good.
Yeah.
If
you get a
it's
bad
bad-
review, just keep moving.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
Go listen to podcasts where they only care about learning you something and not cussing, which is every other podcast.
Boring.
That didn't make sense, did it?
Or trying to learn you something.
That's right.
Trying to teach you something?
We'll teach you how to cuss, drink a beer, cuss.
Shoot
Eric
a
might
deer.
talk about welds from time to time. And you'll call us in a forum 6-figure bow hunter. We're striving for that.
And we drink too much. Remember? We talked about this today.
We have dementia, self-inflicted dementia.
Yep. We did have a full discussion on this today.
If you go to research something and all the links are already blue or purple, I saw a meme.
He said that to me. If you have Alzheimer's.
You already do that. You already looked that up. All right, so Doug versus Eric, part 2, the bet. Listen to part 1. We're not going to go through that whole rigmarole again. Eric's sitting pretty fucking good right now.
fucking right.
172 and
Fucking
3/8.
right, boys.
Coming in hot.
Eric is pulling a suck on this
Gun.
finger gun.
Finger gun.
He was.
Okay, Doug has been. You know, Doug, we need to have a talk. We need to have some talks because you know where I'm going with this, Eric.
You take it there.
I'll take it there. Doug, we've been worried about you.
For what?
We're happy. You're in love. We're happy for you. Okay, we are happy for you. You got this new hot dump truck riding girl. Great butt on her. We all know. Everyone's seen it. She's pretty. She's quite frankly, Doug. She's out of your league.
That's true.
It's all rainbows and butterflies.
Yep.
That's what
That's
people
true.
keep telling me.
Hey, here's the goal. All the boys, we want to see them outkick their coverage, and that's what really makes us happy at the end of the day. Austin's famous quote from Iowa Deer Classic maybe 2 years ago. We're at the hotel bar. All our wives are there. We're having some nice whiskeys. And I remember Austin looked around at everybody, and he goes, God damn, we all killed good deer this year, and all our wives are hot.
Awesome.
Welcome to the club, Doug.
And
Doug's finally there.
AKA, we're all ugly mofos that are dating women out of our league.
We're doing all right.
100%.
We ain't doing bad.
Good spot to be in for a bunch of retards.
You're gonna put it bluntly, yeah.
And there we go.
Fuck, you can't say that word anymore, can you? Well, I might as well say faggot while I'm at it.
We're on the spectrum. We're
I'm
doing
trying to
pretty
do
good.
better. I don't mean wrong by it. It just comes out, and you all laugh, so it's worth it.
Or diarrhea.
You know?
Funny.
So here we are, Doug. You're killing it.
Here we are.
You're in love.
Yep.
Whoa.
Edit that out.
It just came out.
Edit that out.
Bro, you ain't proposing, are you?
Good ass will do that to you. You fall in love real fast. Right, Doug?
Gotta get my CDL now.
Damn, back that up.
CDL to drive that
Dude,
dog.
Drive that son of a
shit.
bitch. Make it legal.
Doug's got a class C because he
Listen to
can't
this
drive
and
one with
be-
air brakes.
I can't wait till she listens.
Nobody wants a girl with air brakes. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know what
Not
you're saying.
really, no.
If she's that big, she's got air brakes. We all got bigger problems than that than a CDL. But Doug wasn't hunting for a little while.
He wasn't. I was concerned.
You missed the best hunting weekend of the year.
People keep saying that, and I disagree.
Well, clearly you have a strong point.
Thank you.
But we went to Wheeler Walker, had a party.
We did.
And I was like, yo, you're going in the morning. And you're like, no, I'm not. And I was like, you're not. And you're like, no, I got this baddie with a
stand
fatty right here.
She's standing right next to me.
Got this little fillet.
Yo,
So you left, and I looked at the boys. I'm like, are we losing our boy here?
No, no,
Punane.
no.
and I said, we're losing him, Curtis.
He's a man with a plan.
She just came at it.
Eric and I looked at each other. We said, we losing our boy?
I said, we're losing him.
Hey,
I
no
said,
one,
damn, we might be losing him.
no one knew the weather was gonna be that good. Okay, that's not my fault.
Deercast said it for
I
like
was
2 weeks.
14 days ahead of time,
I was
actually.
trying to.
Yeah, and it didn't change. It just got better.
It turned green. It turned green and stayed green. We knew it was coming,
I
Doug.
was just trying to make the old lady happy before I hit the location.
Well,
You rolled the dice pretty hard.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton.
And it cashed out, baby.
It worked.
We hit.
You did.
you hit pay dirt.
We hit pay dirt.
It hit. Okay, so I was doubting you. Listen, I know Doug's killers kill, right?
Yeah.
The saying killers kill. Doug kills. Doug hunts hard. Wasn't doubting your abilities or the time you're going to put in. I was just surprised at the timing that you were going to put in. Does that make sense? With all due respect.
Well, I knew how much time I was about to put in, so I was ready.
But how hard was it to miss time?
It was. It would
put
have
in
been.
time.
hard?
Let's just say it would have been easier if 9 people on our whole team didn't kill in less than a week.
Yeah, in like
If you were like, I ain't seen shit, I've been like, oh, cool.
Within 40, I think like 6 people killed within like 48
Yeah.
hours.
I was like, oh,
literally Eric
That's a
and I
lot.
killed the same day.
yeah,
Yeah.
So that's a lot.
Like
So I was
half
like,
our
shit.
crew.
Yeah, I was like, oh, damn.
How are you feeling? How
Well-
was Alexa feeling?
She's feeling good. We're all feeling good, and I was just ready to get out there. So I had to,
You're feeling
send her
good?
home.
Were you feeling good even after I shot this deer?
Well,
What was your thoughts? Fresh off that story. What
Like
was
when
it
you-
To quote
when-
Eric, shit
when
fuck.
when you came to my house and you seen him in person.
yeah, I was like,
I'm gonna have to kill 2 deer.
that did come in my mind. Yeah, that for sure happened in my mind. I was like, oh fuck,
290 inchers.
yeah, because I looked at his deer and I was like, because I didn't know what it scored at the time, and I was thinking, 170s for sure, and I was just like, oh shit, I've only killed 2 of those in my whole life. But I was happy for Eric. I was, but yeah,
An
I was
asterisk with that. I
I
felt.
was doing some math in my head ever since I touched the deer, and I was like, oof, okay, so we can kill 2 deer, maybe more, depending on what
needed.
Eric's doing.
It'd be easier to kill 2 deer and beat that than one.
Yeah.
Well, I
Bodies.
wanted one just to shut everybody up on the internet.
There you go.
Yeah, it was the internet was. I feel like this time, very in Eric's favor.
Oh, I mean, I don't. How
What?
could you blame them?
Right. Yeah. This is a megalodon.
Well, I mean, initially
Before that.
before
Even before.
Yeah, and I feel like it was rooting the underdog type thing over like the bets in the past.
Yeah, bunch of idiots.
I'm with them. Like I play neutral because you guys are my boys, and it's more fun if I'm neutral. And it's like, well, yeah, Eric turned in his time. Like Eric deserves to have this season he's put in for.
He could have chose like next season.
Yeah, but what's next
There'll be
year's
another bet anyway,
You guys
so
gonna
it don't
make
matter.
another bet. This is a thing now.
I don't know if there will be or not.
Bullshit.
We're saying this now.
You said it 2 hours before you
It'll-
made the last one.
It'll be Thursday night in St. Louis, Missouri this year at ATA, and
Hey,
you guys
I'll
will
bet,
be.
I'll bet you there's no more bets.
Well, is that a bet?
How'd I get
Listen,
You
I
lose.
bet I can get you gambling by the end of the day. I don't know how, but I'm going to get you.
Listen, we can make a bet that just the consequences don't have to be as fucking insane.
It doesn't have to be an ass tat.
Like Andy lost a bet on his fantasy football league. He had to go to IHOP and he had to spend 24 hours at IHOP. For every pancake he ate, it took an hour off his time at IHOP.
Andy Bushak?
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
funny.
that's pretty
Like,
fucking awesome.
That's a great bet. And you
we don't have an IHOP.
we'll go to a Denny's or something.
There's one in.
All right, how about this? You got to go to a
Portal.
fucking Waffle House and fight somebody.
I like the bar. I like the
Now
bar.
we're talking.
I like
You
the
can't
bar
leave until you
idea.
get in a fight.
The bar idea.
Yeah, there's a bar idea. I forgot how many. Like, you got to go sit from start to finish at a bar, and like every beer you drink is an hour off your. So if you drink something else, I got to
Huh,
figure it out.
I'd be out of there in fucking 3 hours.
You think that, but you never know.
All right, well, that's what I'm saying. There's
Yeah,
potential
we
to
should.
make
there'll
this
be a
fun.
bet.
We could have came up with a better bet, but
No, for sure.
we were also drinking.
So Eric kills a megalodon.
Mm-hmm.
Doug's going shit. I spent my whole weekend fucking.
Okay.
Beating cheeks.
Yeah.
You ain't wrong.
And yeah, wrong. Yeah.
Sorry, Alex.
I was gonna go harsher, but I was like, this is a children's show.
Marked explicit. That's exactly what this is.
Yeah, yeah. We say faggot and retard all in the same episode.
So yeah,
Sorry
In the
about
same
that.
sentence, no.
That was an accident.
so we
Didn't mean to.
scored Eric's deer, 172 and 3/8.
Don't forget it. That's right.
So that's what I had to work with, which is a lot.
It's
But,
heavy.
In my head, yeah, I was thinking maybe I'd get 2 deer and he only gets the 1 because he has the whole baby and family thing.
Yeah, and you just got a dump truck.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so
But
odds were in your favor. They really were.
they could still be, yeah. But I did want to shoot a big sizable deer to start it off at least. But I was thinking, still 150, 160 or better.
Normally, great start.
Yeah. But when Eric kills a 172, you got to start.
Eric poured it on.
Yeah. It came in strong. Came in hot. So then I started my rotation. I had to wait another week.
Yeah.
Okay, so then it started that Saturday. And I wasn't really seeing much. I think you guys were. So then I was kind of panicking a little bit. Like, it still was like, I had 9 days, but not
Yeah.
the start I wanted, at least.
Well, I mean, everyone that you were sharing rotation with, like,
Oh, dude, they're all
like
killing.
one shot, one that, like two
Before
shot.
I even got there, one had one down.
Yeah.
The morning after I stayed in the camper the first night, he got one down. I was like, wow.
So second night he's staying in the camper by himself.
Yeah, I'm
'cause
already by
everyone got
myself. Yeah.
Oh shit! They all went home.
killed. Yeah.
Oh, come on, you gotta hang out a day or two after.
One of them came, the one that owned the camper came back and hung out
Yeah,
quick.
because he had to get his camper.
Yeah, Dave,
Did you kill yet so I can take this thing home?
David did. Yeah,
Hey, left him
Shout
a
out to
10.
him. He was cool. He had my back.
Okay.
But yeah, so
And you weren't seeing shit.
I wasn't seeing much at all actually, and
Were you getting nervous?
wasn't getting nervous, but I was just like, man, like where is the rut? Like, because I know everyone killed already. I was like, there's no way it already happened. Like it's over. Like we're talking November 4th, 5th, and 6th, and like in my mind, I was like, it's not even happened yet. Like
Yeah.
you guys are just seeing big bucks because they're up and moving. It's cold, first cold in October. So then it started happening. You're starting to see, little bucks chasing and everything, and then it's going. And then I think it was Tuesday morning, I got in the saddle, and then I was messaging you guys. I always like to message you guys just fuck. Because it's so confusing, like what could have happened.
Good thing, bad thing. Who fucking knows?
Something happened.
Is that like a oh fuck or like fuck?
Lots of
Fuck,
K's.
yeah. Fuck yeah, or oh fuck.
Yeah.
So, anyways, this big deer, there's like this little 120-inch deer with a doe bedded like 20 yards from me. Like he's just waiting on her. And then another doe comes up, and this one bigger buck comes up. But I saw his 4-point side. It's really chocolate rack, and it's probably like I would have guessed it at 140's 8-pointer. But then he turned his head and he had a really big 5-point side, and just like your the Geyer buck off the G2, those two like teardrop tines.
Yeah, like drop kickers.
Yeah. And I was like, damn.
God damn.
I was like, I'll shoot him, and that's when I messaged you guys. Fuck, because he left. And then like you're always trying to hype your buddy up, like, oh, they'll come back. But I mean, usually never do. But
We all know.
yeah.
Stay in there, pal.
Yeah, he's gonna come back. Just be
This
fine.
is just like a repeat. Doug's fucking bird watching again.
Yeah, there Doug is missing opportunity.
No.
You'll get him, bud.
No, he wasn't in range. I was not bird watching.
Oh,
Not yet.
He wasn't
But-
feeding geese yet. Oh, maybe you already did.
No, I never did.
Okay, just checking.
He
Not
spent the
me.
whole week before with a dump truck. He didn't need to feed
Yeah,
geese.
dude, he's blowing powder at this point.
his supply was low.
There's no feet.
No feed.
Bottom of the tank.
She's gonna love this episode. Anyways,
Hey, Alexa.
so he actually
Hey,
did.
girl.
He did come back, and he came to that buck.
We were right then.
Yeah, he came to that buck. He was like further down the ridge, kind of like while they're like ears back and stuff. I snort and wheezed at him, and
You say snort and wheezed?
snort and wheeze at him. Yeah,
It's a snort wheeze.
Say it again. How do you say it?
snort and wheeze,
Say it again slower.
Snort and wheeze.
snort and wheeze,
Snort and wheeze.
Say it as slow as you can.
snort and wheeze.
It's snort wheeze.
How do you say it, Austin?
That's definitely snort wheeze.
I snort and wheezed at him.
It's a snort wheeze. It's not a snort.
snorted and I wheezed.
That's what I did.
What are you from England? What are you- I snort and wheezed at him.
It's official. We're all calling it snort and wheeze.
I don't know. It's gonna be so shit.
It's snort wheeze, dude.
What do
Snorted
you
and
know?
wheezed.
Just the way you said it, I was like, hold on, say that again. Right?
That's like the Tupperware thing.
Pardon me.
Pardon me, may I snort and wheeze at you? That's how I felt
All
like you
right,
said it the first time.
all right.
Pretty gay, dude.
Calm
Just
your
saying. Everyone from Europe's gay. We all know that. And you're coming up pretty fucking gay right now.
Anyway, back to the
Sorry.
story. So
Yeah, moving along.
he comes in ears back, and it was just too perfect.
Okay.
But I range at 33 yards. He's coming in ears back, pull back, stop him, and right like that morning I was like, don't hit it, like stay away from the shoulder because of some stuff that happened earlier.
Yeah, everyone
Yeah,
that we know.
Yeah.
everyone that we know. It's just horror stories left and right. So I'm not thinking that, and then he stops perfect, and like I just let it off, and it just sounded like I hit a cement brick right in the fucking shoulder. I was just like, fuck. But he acted so like I hit him and he went like down the ridge like 10 yards and then was like coming back almost like, what the fuck happened? Like, who hit me? And then he just like walked off. So I told you guys and calling everybody, messaging everybody. And I don't know, in my head, I thought, no, like, I'm never going to find this. It's going to be just fine. Like, I hit him right in the shoulder, but everyone, try hyping you up. It's hard to find, like, someone who's just like, nah, dude, you're fucked. Like, don't even look for
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, but you have
You
to
just
find
never
the
know.
middle ground.
Yeah, you
Well,
never
without
know.
being there, you don't really know.
Yeah.
If you got 6 inches, it could be enough to get in there and pop a lung, but without being there, you don't know.
And
But that deer was a big deer, right?
yeah,
That was like, what was he, 60s, 70s?
I would say he was probably 50s, like mid 50s, but plus the extra stuff. And I don't know what all he had going on his bases too.
Right.
Big deer.
Yeah, he like body wise, he was huge. Like,
Yep.
he was
5-year-old
definitely-
type deer.
Yeah, he was definitely the ruler of that place.
Mature.
He's mature.
Yeah, you can't just be like, nope, yeah. You know, like you have to always like give. Anytime it's a living animal, you always have to give them the benefit of the doubt. You know,
So
you
I
have to go
waited a
check.
couple hours, and then I got down. I can't find any blood where I hit him. And then maybe 10 yards down where he went, I found the arrow, and it was broke off at the insert. So like we're talking,
Not good.
Yeah, an inch or two.
not
Past
even
broadhead,
4
maybe?
inches.
Yeah.
And I found a few
Scapula.
specks of blood right where the arrow was laying, and I could not find any blood anywhere. I watched him walk for like 150 yards, and I could not find any blood where he went. And then me and my cousin Drake searched the area a little bit, and it's just like, I mean, there's nothing much I can do. Like, so I just had to take that one on the chin, and I went out that night.
Isn't that amazing? That's a common thing in bow hunting.
Way too common.
They just take that.
That's a bow hunter's worst nightmare.
Yep.
You gotta think, dude. That deer's still hurting. I mean, he's got a broadhead in his shoulder.
Hurting, but
He ain't
But-
feeling
but he's
good, but
fine.
he's still sniffing
But
for does.
yeah,
Oh,
nothing like
for
us.
sure.
Well,
Yeah.
and it happens way too much. You and I talked about it, Kurt. It's like, why does it happen so much? Like, why does everybody do it?
we've been in, I don't know what it is, but in the Midwest whitetail hunter's brain, at probably any whitetail hunter's brain, not just the Midwest, we have just been taught, and maybe it's different now. I don't know now, I guess.
Ever since you were a kid, still the
Since we
same.
were kids, it's tuck that shoulder, shoot them.
Look at
in
the
the
10
heart.
ring on a 3D target. You're ingrained to aim at the crease.
Yep.
And it
you're
puts
right.
you really close to the shoulder. If you're up and down's fine, you're okay. But if you get high in that shoulder with the big part of that blade, you're screwed.
Yes.
It doesn't matter if it's, if you're shooting heavy poundage fixed blade at close range, you might punch it, but the probability of it's very low.
Well, and we're
Yeah,
all taught.
yeah.
Most of us, when we start, we're with a gun, so it doesn't matter. We're
You want to hit the shoulder.
We're
with
taught
the
to
gun.
aim. I was taught to aim on the shoulder
Yeah.
when I was
Yes.
growing up.
Yeah.
Put your
Yeah.
crosshairs dead nuts on the shoulder, and you'll blow through both shoulders, and you'll go 100 yards and be dead.
Yes, yes.
And I think it's just ingrained in us from kids to aim at the crease or at the shoulder even. And I think it's a subconscious thing. People, no matter how much you tell yourself to pull away from it, it's what you're trained to do. It's what you're just going to gradually lean towards that shoulder.
This is not to interrupt your story, but this is a good time, I think, to emphasize on this a little bit. So if you guys listen to the Deercast episode with Todd, where the ups and downs of bow hunting, Todd killed that giant buck and he hit it in the shoulder twice. And Todd is not a rookie hunter. Todd's a 27-year high-level bow hunting veteran.
He ain't drawing his bow back unless it's a monster.
Yeah, that dude's hunting high-level deer, big giant deer. That dude's hunting deer on another level, And Austin, we've had this conversation many times. I've been bow hunting. Well, I've been hunting. I don't know. I guess I had to calculate 22, 23 years. And whatever it is, you get a big deer, you get in there and you get into that like kill mode and you go into like instinct and you tuck that shoulder. You're like, I'm going to watch them fall. And you hit the shoulder and you tuck it too hard and you go, fuck. And why didn't I just hold back? Because they're going to die. And I don't know what needs to change in that conversation, because it goes from deer that you just give a little more time for you go to search for, or deer that die right in front of you, or deer that are wounded and live and die later of infection.
There you go.
Or
I
limp
think-
around
I mean,
until the next year you can catch up to them, or whatever happens.
The sweet spot is back of double lung, in my opinion.
Yes.
I like back of double lung, even like getting back towards that liver line. Like that's a deadly shot that's not going to take very long at all for that deer to expire.
Nope.
You start hanging up in that crease and you get a little high in your shot, or that deer ducks you,
You're
and
fucked.
You get up in that high shoulder, you're in trouble.
and you get a
in that-
variance.
You're fucked. The deer's fucked but lives.
Yep.
In most cases.
Yep.
It's God, I almost think we need to kind of like reprogram a bow hunter. I'm just saying this year alone, and take our crew, but then take people that I know that I talk to about bow hunting. I have not, and it sucks to admit this as a bow hunter, but we need to talk about it. There's
think I
been
know where you're
more
going.
deer wounded this year than I can remember fucking ever
Yeah, same.
of what people I know, and it's been shoulder hit deer.
Yep.
You should hear the phone calls I take on a daily basis.
I can't imagine. What's the most common?
Shoulder.
Shoulder hit deer.
How much penetration did you get? 6 inches, 8 inches, 10 inches? We never find them.
No.
After 10?
And that's amazing. Like
Really?
I would figure on 8 or 10 inches, you'd pop a
Yeah.
lung. If they leave it long enough, you might find that deer.
But-
Gary,
but did
that
they
picture
actually-
you showed me earlier before we recorded.
Yeah, one long hit deer. We call it the one long rodeo. You're going to jump the deer most of the time, and you're not going to find it.
Damn.
A deer can fucking live on one lung. How fucking
Yeah.
crazy.
Well, yeah, you showed the picture from the previous year.
Yeah.
Where you had a scar on
Perfect
the
hole
lung.
in it.
Yep.
Perfect
We
hole in the
don't
lung.
find one long hit deer, and here's towards the front of the deer, the spine dips way down. You've got the huge scapula sitting up there. You've got the humerus, leg bone coming down, and you got this little tiny diamond shaped. Let's just call it a grapefruit. And the lungs even taper down in the front there. The lungs were the smallest all the way up there, and you've got a grapefruit size spot to hit. And and like Austin said, if you just back it up, behind the leg, like 3 inches, middle of the body,
That's the
the
sweet
lungs
spot.
are the biggest. You've got the liver. You've got 8 or 10 inches of leeway towards the front. You've got all the leeway towards the back. You've got, you're not, near that spine that's tipping down. Now you've got a volleyball.
Yep.
Put it in the middle of the volleyball.
If you aim that
Yeah.
6 inches back off the shoulder, you've got a 4-inch variance to the front, and
Yep.
you're watching the deer go down. You got a 4-inch variance to the back, and the deer's dead in 4 to 6 hours.
Every
and you're not
track-
getting into the luck. Into the
Every
guts.
single tracker right now is stay off the shoulder. Every single one you talk to, because all we hear is shoulder, 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 shoulder.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I said, that's a bow hunter's worst nightmare. It's the one shot that's going to screw you every time.
Yep.
I'll tell you, man. I don't want to say middle of the middle. I feel like middle of the middle of is a middle of the middle. It's you get that reaction. I think when
You want to
say-
aim at the 8 ring on a 3D target. It's
Yep.
the center,
8 ring.
center of the lung.
Bingo.
the 8 ring that's the perfect answer.
Yep.
And what kills me is when that we're using this example as like an educational like
Hell,
rant thing.
14 ring it, you'll be fine.
I'd drop her down a little bit, but
Talking artery? The artery?
But like you see those like guys that are like arrogant about like not having that happen to them.
Until it happens.
And
to
it
them.
goes back to it's like you haven't done it long enough.
Right.
Nope.
Or like I don't know how else to like I will tell you if you bow hunt 20 years, if you've never wounded a deer and not recovered it, I don't know what the fuck you're doing.
You haven't
You
Trust
either
me,
aren't
dear.
shooting enough, or
You're a hell of a shot, or you've been lucky as hell.
yep.
yeah.
Yep.
Or you've killed 3
Give
deer
yourself
in 20
the
years.
biggest margin of error in all directions.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's,
And
it's a safe
That's
shot.
it.
Yep. That would
The
be
8
that
ring
6 inches off that shoulder.
The 8 ring's the best way to explain that.
Yep.
It is.
Michael, with blacktail, do you guys like worry about that shoulder the same way?
Oh yeah, I do the same thing. I mean, even with elk.
I'll say
Elk
elk,
for
elk
sure.
hunters
Elk's
are
even
famous
worse.
for hitting the shoulder,
I
right?
mean, you got a beach ball that you can go for with the lungs, and somehow people hit the shoulder a lot, and
Yep.
those are the ones you don't find.
They're tucking it.
Yeah.
You want to watch that thing die in 20 yards and have that. That's what it is, I think, probably, right? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Let's say your front of the lungs, you take off the top of the heart and a deer goes 80 yards and dumps. You take out the back of the lungs and deer goes 90 yards and dumps. What's the difference?
right.
Yeah.
You're still going to
10
see 'em.
yards.
I lived as many whitetails as I've killed, and probably not as many as you guys. I lived 3 inches behind the leg, and I watched most of mine fall over.
Yep.
I got off on that. I loved to watch them dump,
Yeah.
but I was never a forward guy. I mean, it's just
And you know what's weird, too? I've always been I always like to call myself a lung guy. Maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm a more creased lung heart guy. Maybe I'm learning more about myself this season.
I need to be more of a lung guy.
Yeah, we all need to be back at 8 ring guys.
back it
but,
up.
But then you go to Africa,
Hashtag lung guys.
and in Africa, all their vitals are forward. So
Yeah.
we're in
Shoot
there
in the leg.
programmed for crease and a little back. That's kind of
Yeah.
far back on African
I
animals.
struggled down there a little bit, with an expandable head and a lot of big bones down there, and the vitals all set further forward. Like you gotta think about it a little different. So
for sure.
when I go back to Africa this year, it'll be fixed blade,
Heavy fucking arrows.
tucking tighter to the shoulder, probably waiting on a quarter and away shot, so I can take my double lung shot and run it up through everything, and then you're good.
Yeah.
Yep.
Africa's a
we're all
different
doing
beast.
that.
Sorry to make an example out of that, Doug, but
I'm the example.
Good
we've
learning
all
point,
been
though.
there.
I
I've been
did
there
that.
this year. and a fuck ton of other people have been there this year, and not including our crew. A lot of people listening. You know, when Todd talked about that episode, that might be my phone doing that. When Todd talked about that episode, I got trail cam photos coming in. Hitting that deer in the shoulder, had a lot of people message me saying, "Hey, this gives me kind of like a positive outlook on my season. I'm going to get back at the grind and try and close the deal." You know, so
Yeah, I think the thing that confused me the most is when he walked off, but I think he just didn't know what happened. He's all rutted up, so he, just took it and like,
He's going to suck that up.
what
real
happened,
fast.
and then just walked off.
Yep.
Yep.
So that sucked a lot. And then,
Then I sent him to the
Well.
then I sent him to the
yeah,
gar hole.
then I was just trying to figure out what to do, and I was like, Eric, what's that one spot you used to go to? So I went to the gar hole, and that's when, like, I don't know, it was a pretty big 8-pointer I passed, but he came.
That deer was a stud.
I don't remember
When
this.
he sent a picture, it's like 100 mid-50s 8-pointer. He sent
see
this
this.
picture, and I'm like,
Ooh, he's bird watching.
I'm like,
again.
I can't believe you passed that deer, Doug.
A 150's eight's a big.
It's a good
motherfucker.
spot. And he wasn't seeing shit, and he's like, he texted me, he's like, didn't you see a bunch of bucks here? I'm like, yeah. He goes, I haven't seen a fucking thing.
Then that's when,
Oh
like,
yeah.
Like, that's a good deer, man.
It's like a 158.
Yeah.
like, to be honest, like, after what happened, when you just, like, go out to hunt, like, I wasn't really planning on shooting anything. I was just going out.
Like, you might as well just left your bow in the truck.
Yeah, I might as well just not
Bird
even hunt it,
watching.
but I was,
I don't even like hunting. Just want to watch them.
I was, so then that night, I was by myself in the camper, just drinking. And then, like, it was,
Just drinking.
so that Wednesday, November 8th, was the hottest day of the week, I think. Like, the shittiest deer cast. And I was like, if there was one night to let her loose, it would be tonight and sleep in. But then I was just like, no. Jordan Jones actually called me on his way to Ohio, and he gave me a good pep talk.
That dude's a positive motherfucker.
He
isn't
is so positive.
He's
yeah.
stupid positive.
I love
I
that
talked to him
guy.
for like an hour, and he's just like, it's like, yeah, man. He's like, you just gotta get out there. Like, it's your vacation. You gonna waste it? And I was like, no, you're right. So I went to bed pretty early, got up. I went to a stand that actually killed the 17.5-inch G2 buck out of. And I was in there super early. I could hear deer run around already in the dark, and you're just like, and you're just amped up like, this is it. Like,
It's going to be a good day.
Nice.
Yeah.
Feeling nice.
I could hear grunts and stuff. I just couldn't see what the hell's going on. So then as it gets daylight, little bucks are moving and stuff. And then this hot doe comes up. This doe comes up the ridge with this like 8-pointer following it. And he had it's like a 140-inch 8-pointer, but his left antler like grew under its face, like is deformed. And I was like, damn, that's pretty cool. Like, maybe I'll just shoot him. Like, that's pretty sick.
So like his beam went under his face.
Yeah, like he must have like in velvet did something to it, and like it just started growing under. So I was like, shit.
Wow.
Like, maybe I'll shoot that one.
Like, bend it down.
Yeah. So they're like 50 yards out, hanging, like, he's just checking her and stuff. And then I hear another grunt, so I look down the ridge, and then this 150-inch, like, 10-pointer comes up, but his one side's like a samurai sword, like, just straight up with points everywhere.
What the fuck is going on in this area?
That's what I'm saying. It's like a freak party going on. Here. Like,
Something in the water.
yeah.
Freak party.
So, like, these two bucks are, like, facing off and, like, snorting and wheezing like crazy.
They were doing what?
Yeah, whatever.
Come again?
Anyways,
Huh?
Snorting and wheezing.
so they're just
They're
going.
having a snort and a wheeze.
They're just going nuts.
Party.
Like, I was like, what the fuck is like?
They get a crumpet.
I was like about to film it because I was like, oh, they're about to fight. And this doe's like at 30 yards. I was like, nah, I shouldn't. Like, let's be smart. Like, I'm just gonna hang out.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there watching.
Don't do
them.
it for the gram.
Yeah. So I'm sitting there watching them, and I just look over, like glance to my left down the ridge a little bit, and I just see a rack, and I was like, oh my god.
Oh, my God.
It's just
Shit, fuck.
It's just like you don't even need binoculars or anything. Like you just see a rack, you're just like, holy
Giant.
fuck,
Yeah, the no-brainer.
the no-brainer, baby. And I was like,
Binoculars would look a lot better though, right?
That's right.
With
What
loopholes.
kind? With loopholes.
trust me, it's coming. I stared at him for a while.
I put my 10x42s up. Loopholes.
Yeah. So then he joins the party. So
Freak party.
These three bucks are just like standing there while the doe's like not even with them. I was about to three-way like fight part, like brawl.
Gay.
No, a brawl, not gay.
Oh,
but-
okay. Just checking.
They're all like, you want to fuck on me?
Yeah, they're like all sizing each other up. And I thought, I thought the big one would win and just come like 30 yards or 20 yards with the doe and I'd shoot him. But no, the freak with the undergrown antlers is the one that walked away with the doe. So I'm just like, shit, because they like came, perfect 20 yards and left. So I'm sitting there.
Shit.
I'm like, shit, fuck. So that 115-inch 10-point with the samurai sword and then this big one are just standing there hanging out forever. Like it felt like
How far?
70, 50 yards.
Okay.
They're standing looking at each other or what?
70,
Dude, they're just
50.
like, they like watch them walk away with the doe. Like, just like, damn.
So they're snorting and wheezing at each other.
It's like, they just lost the lady or something.
She was probably just as
So he stood
She's
there
like a
for.
4.
I mean, it felt like a fucking hour, but it probably wasn't that long. Because I messaged you guys again. Fuck.
We're like, whoa, what?
God damn it, Dougie, quit. Shoot
Because I
one.
messaged you. He's like, dude, he's like, Amondo's just standing at 70 yards, just fucking around. Like, he's not leaving, but he's just like seeing what's going on. And then he starts leaving, and I was like, fuck. I was like, I got nothing to lose. So like, I grunted at him. I wait till he looked at me. I was fucking like buck roared at him, and he hated it. He didn't like it at all. I was like, fuck. Like he even kind of did like the little tail up, like, ooh, ooh, ooh.
I love how honest that is. He just hated it instantly.
They hate it when you do that.
Yeah.
He just gone
Usually
like a
when they
fart in
can
the wind.
see and a grunt comes from where there's not a deer standing, they're kind of like, man, what the hell?
Yeah.
Yeah, like
They're pretty smart.
Yeah.
so he's standing there.
They're
like,
not just dumb goats.
Yeah, he's just standing there like, he's like, I don't know.
It's going to be a no for me,
While
dog.
while he's standing there, I just can't believe how perfect it was. This little like 110-inch buck comes up the ridge and just walks past him like he's not even there.
Oh, you got a live got a live
ears back,
decoy.
yeah, just ears back, just
Just
fucking
cruising past.
Coming to you.
yeah, coming right through he gets like 30 yards, just makes the scrape and pisses in it, and this buck was just like, who the fuck are you? Like,
Today
yeah.
ain't your day.
He's like, fuck that. So he's ears back, following him, makes a scrape, pisses all over himself, and the little buck literally comes under my stand. Well, before that, I should say, like, while that buck was leaving stand, I was like, please, anyone, somebody, dear God, somebody, like, just bring that deer to me.
Dear God.
Indeed, they sent this little buck right to me. It was just like under my tree, perfect. And this buck comes in, like the big one's coming at 20 yards, but he's quartering 2 is the problem. So I was like, either I pull back or I wait till he gets past me and I got to go on this side. But I didn't want to move anymore because he knew.
Did you know how big this deer was?
In my mind, because I looked at him forever, I thought he was 180s because just from the side and the weight, oh man, his rack was just unbelievable. But why is that 70 yards when I was shaking so bad? My right leg just, I don't know what it is. It just gets it's like a thump. It's just,
Jackhammer.
I
Can't hold his bino still. He thinks he's got
I
6
could-
more
It's
points
all
than he
those
actually
gas
has.
station boner pills you took.
dude, I can never control my right leg.
Stallion
You're all jacked up on blue chew.
That's funny.
Yeah, the black stallion.
Dude,
fucking,
even in Wyoming with that bear, like, god damn, my leg is just going nuts. So like, when he was,
Start calling you Thumper.
dude,
God damn, how can you shoot shit good and I can't?
so
I haven't taken a gas station boner pill in my life. And that-
you should try.
Maybe
it.
that's a secret.
Yeah.
maybe
should
I'm
start.
taking one. Buy me one. I'll snort one.
Your blood goes somewhere else, so you're not as shaky.
And you black out. Wake up at the base of your tree.
So when he was leaving is when I calmed down finally, and then that's when that little buck came up and he started coming in. So I was shaking a little bit still, but so he's quartering 2, and I didn't want to get it past the tree, so I pulled back at 20, and as I pulled back, he caught like maybe the little blue balls moving a little bit because they can see blue, and everyone hates on me. But he actually helped me, and he quartered away, took a step quartering away, and I just followed that opposite leg, and I sent it, and right when it hit, it just went, and then blood came right out. Like I knew I smoked him, like, and he just started bulldozing, like death running it
Instantly.
Yeah, and it was him crashing, but I thought he was just going through shit because I called everybody except for one person wouldn't answer his fucking phone.
Who was that?
He was sleeping with his 172.
The first person I called didn't answer his goddamn phone.
The one day I leave my phone, I was working on my buddy's car the night before, and I left it at his house. So I didn't have my phone the whole morning. He was bringing it to me that morning. The one morning I don't have my phone, this fucker kills a freaking booner.
Yeah.
How many times did I call you?
I don't know, 13.
I was like, this bitch sleeping? Like, what the
Yeah,
fuck
I'm gonna
is
wake
going
this
on?
motherfucker up.
We should play the voicemail.
Oh, it is pretty good.
You have it?
Yeah.
Pull it up.
So anyways, I call everyone else who actually answers their phone on November 8th in the morning because they're smart.
Dude, the confidence was through the roof. You're like, he's fucking dead.
Dude, I just knew it.
You were
That's when you know.
yes.
Cool.
When it's that
Yeah.
defined.
November 8th at 8 or 7:54.
Just hold it up at the bottom of your phone to your mic. On top of your mic.
Hold on. He's like whispering.
Put it.
I'm trying.
Yeah, and put it on the top of your mic.
Cool. Hold on.
I like it.
Well, I called him like 5 times. Like, all right, I'm gonna leave this motherfucker a message.
Hold on.
Top of your mic,
I know, Curtis. Just give me a second.
Curtis. What?
7:53 on November 8th in the morning. When the brother calls, you answer. What are you doing? Gosh, there's just shot a fucking giant, and he can't even talk to you. What are you doing?
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
What are you doing? What are you doing? You feeding geese?
Bryce kills a giant.
Yeah,
What are you doing?
I mean, I was very confident when I called everybody.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you for sure were.
and I had to sit down because I was shaking so bad. But man, once I released that arrow, it felt so good, especially after the last morning. But like, he did. That was him crashing, but I didn't know for sure, so I gave him a little bit of time.
Oh, you called me. I'm like, yeah, dude, he's fucking dead. If you're,
That was him.
You saw blood instantly, and you're calling me going, he's dead. And I heard a bunch of crashing,
He's dead.
but he might have got up and walked off. I'm like, nah, I don't
Nah,
think
nah,
he
he didn't.
did. Yeah, no, he's in
I
there
don't
dead.
know. Yeah,
Probably dead.
but I just
Did you look for your arrow?
yeah, he somehow broke it off.
We had the offside, probably, huh?
Yeah, off the offside, I'm guessing. But it was like 40 yards, and he was 20 more. Like, he only went 60 yards.
Oh shit.
So I don't know how I didn't see him fall down, but so I just was following the, like when you know a deer's dead, but you just follow the blood trail just because
Oh, yeah.
you just like doing
It's
it.
fun.
Yeah, I always
you
do.
gotta
Practice.
Fun.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just followed the. I mean, I was by myself, which is actually kind of nice
Okay,
too.
hold on. Beep. I got to ask you the same thing I asked Eric. It's fair, right? We got to even this out. When this buck's coming in and you're looking at this motherfucker, what's going through your head? Are you conscious, thinking like this is a giant? This is like maybe a 180s buck?
At times I thought 180s, just the way his tines are.
He carries very big.
Like from the side, it's just like holy fuck, dude.
Yeah.
Like how are you not 180s? You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Sky high tines on that one.
Yes.
And his beams were just like, I think I told Austin on the phone, I was like, dude, he's got 25-inch beams. Like, they're fucking huge. But, so, like, I was by myself, which usually doesn't happen. Usually, you always got your buddies with you and you're tracking. But it was almost calming, like, when you just walk up on them and take in the moment and hang out and make all your calls and send pictures and stuff. But, fuck yeah, dude. When I found him, I was like, holy shit. I was like, this is what we're looking for.
my buddy brought me my phone that morning. He goes, the whole right here, someone was calling you. He's like, it was probably a 20-minute drive. He's like, someone really needs to get a hold of you. I look
You're
at him like,
important.
I'm like, oh, fuck, it's Doug.
If you just want to answer, like, who the fuck are you?
Yeah, who's this?
Where's Eric?
Who is this? Did you kill my friend? You're freaking out. Huh? Yeah. All right. So when you recover this, like you grab his rack, what are you thinking?
I was still thinking bigger than Eric's.
And at this
Yeah,
point,
hold
you
this
don't
baby
know.
up. Hold this baby up, Lee. Show him off. That's a mega, bro.
That was a mega.
Dude, his threes, like they're long and they just hook up and back. His
Good
threes.
force too. Big
Yeah.
giant split on his right too. Good brows. Not bad mass. Good mass for his frame.
Long beams.
Carries big.
Yeah.
Man, I can see why. I can
From
see
the stand, I was like, that's a 180-inch deer. I was like,
Yeah,
holy
he's
shit.
He's tall.
for sure. That
for
deer's
sure.
got it all. That's a beautiful buck. That's one of those picture perfect rack type deer, you know.
I'm a
That's what you
sucker
want.
for tines, man. When I see tines,
Yep.
I'm
Oh,
like,
it's all tines.
Yeah.
fuck yeah.
Because when he was hanging out there, he was like feeding still, and like at one point he brought his head up, and I was just like saw that, and I was just like,
I can see why you thought 80.
yeah,
Yeah.
All day.
For sure.
And when you do that split, that split is that would have been broken off by the end of the season, guaranteed. There ain't no way.
I'm surprised it didn't break off more.
You
to be
could
honest.
squeeze that thing and break that thing off.
Yeah,
Try it.
Yeah, just go ahead and break it. We already measured them.
It's a wishbone.
Yeah. Give me
I'll grab one side.
Here, give me one.
we'll glue it back on.
No, that's a beautiful
Even
buck,
his
man.
threes are big.
What was like? So you picked
Yeah.
this thing up. What are you thinking when you're looking at him? Like, get weird with us, dude.
So I walk up on him. I almost didn't want to touch him at first, just because I like just the way
You're
he was
scared?
laying was just perfect.
Oh,
Pretty scared.
And like I don't know, I just like sat next to him for a little bit, and like
took
I
it
mean,
in.
whoever brought this deer in, I don't know, the powers that be, I was just like, thank you,
Yeah, that's cool.
and like just took it in. There's deer running everywhere still. I got
And
this
you were
one-
like, man, fuck Eric.
yeah, dude, I was sitting there,
Shit,
I was like, Eric's spot. Because it wasn't really Eric, it was all the other people talking shit that was pissing me off. I just wanted to shut everybody else
I
up.
wasn't talking shit.
No, you weren't, but like people were like, oh, Eric's you're fucked. I was like, yeah, we'll see. So then I was sitting there looking at him, I had no service, so I'm trying to get pictures to send through.
What a rebuttal.
It is. That was
For
a that was a
sure.
mancer for
That was
sure.
a mancer for sure.
Allow me to retort.
Yep.
Dude, like Eric kills 100 and almost, we'll call it 173 because we can do whatever we want.
Yes.
Yeah.
And here you go and kill a mega right after.
Yeah.
Like a week?
Yep.
Well,
Yeah.
10 days?
10 days.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Wild.
The odds are not good of that happening.
They were not my favorite.
We've been podcasting for 9 years come March.
Mm-hmm.
These are both your guys' biggest bow bucks
Yeah.
in the same year.
in the same year.
And the
within
stakes
10 days.
and the stakes have never been higher, have
No.
they?
No.
Yeah.
This is
That just means the stakes gotta get higher that we shoot bigger deer.
Okay, I got a question.
I have an answer.
I know yours because you had a kid this year, killed your biggest deer. Was Clyde a baby when you killed Battle Axe? Or was
Yeah.
he? Okay.
But he was born in July.
Right, but he was like a baby leading
Yeah.
into that season.
Yeah.
Okay. What about Hopper? Would that have been?
Cody'd have been 3.
Oh, okay. My biggest deer came when Jensen was a baby. Your biggest deer came.
August.
Yep. Yours was when Clyde was a baby.
Well, you just need to have more
a
babies.
baby.
Get on it, Doug.
Doug, you need a baby.
Dude, I'm going to start fucking again.
We're back.
Austin's back, baby.
I was going to get snipped, but I think I'm going to have a conversation tonight when I go home. I'm going to wake my wife up at 2 a.m. when I get home and be like, honey, listen,
I got to think about this.
Let's have a baby.
I got to come inside
I'm
you.
waking Leah up when I get home.
No, I thought
got,
that
like,
was about the time
2
that Battle
months.
Axe happened, and I know mine was that way, and Eric's, and it just kind of like, I was like, oh, I wonder
Yeah.
what everybody else.
Doug, did you have a baby this year?
Doug.
Now they
It's not
knows
his
of.
biggest deer, though. It's his biggest bow deer.
My
Yeah.
biggest bow deer.
Doug goes, I know what I have to do, but I don't have the strength to do it.
That's a good point. I wonder if there's something to it. I don't. That's what I go to. Like, all right, turning in your time. Isn't there something to that a little bit? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
you almost feel like there's a different power that deals with your hunting season a little bit because so much is uncontrolled.
Yep.
There's a lot you can control: your effort, your time, some of your decisions, when, stand, hang, shit like that. But a lot of it is luck and something out of your control. Really, is what deer hunting is.
You were talking about Jordan Jones earlier. I was having a dog shit season, and he sent me a big message, and it was kind of like that. He's like, dude, we do all this preparation, we spend all this time, but there's nothing you can do about it. He said, you just have to sit and know that any second that freaking monster could walk out, and that's when the time it was supposed to happen.
And that's all it takes, too, is
Yep.
That
5 seconds of your life.
Man,
Bang, it's here.
When I called him, you thought he killed the deer. He's just so jacked.
Oh, dude.
That guy's emotions are out of this world.
He's a good cat.
Yeah.
He's a good dude.
Good cat. Might be hearing more from that motherfucker, I think.
But yeah, I found him and called everybody, took some pictures, just took in the moment. I had about hour and a half wait before help came to get him out of there. And
Let me ask you a question before you go beyond this. What did Alexa say?
She was proud of me.
She was proud.
Yeah.
We're stepping it up.
She said she never thought she'd ever be excited to see a dead deer.
That's a
cool.
keeper right there. There's been some past responses I've been so proud of, but that's a good nick.
She's growing.
She's baby worthy.
Easy.
Hey, do you want to kill your biggest buck or not?
It's a guaranteed big deer.
Hey, just saying.
Pony up.
I thought I was doing just fine before a baby.
Yeah, you're killing it. You're killing it.
Just imagine if you had a baby.
But yeah,
Double drop time.
I
baby.
really did. I thought it was going to beat Eric's for sure.
Did it?
I would
So
put money
yeah,
on it.
what'd you end up with, Dougie?
So we taped it out, and it ended up being 170 and 1/8.
That's close.
You broke that 170
Yeah,
mark.
it's my
That's-
biggest buck with a bow.
That's a legit.
Awesome.
That's a
By
legit boon.
what is it? 3/8, 4/8.
Mm-hmm.
It was 169 and 7/8. My other one.
Hit that 7
That's
mark,
2/8.
boy.
We're all dancing around that
Awesome.
170 mark, fellas. Well, you guys got it. I don't have it. I'm 167 and 6/8 or something like that. 3/8, 6/8. I don't remember what I'm at, but you're 172 and 3/8. You're 170 and what?
1/8.
1/8. What are you at, Austin? What's your biggest bow buck?
Biggest bow, Leah's buck, 189 and a half.
Sheesh. Some giants.
Slammers.
So cool. Ross's biggest bow buck is 202.
202. Yep.
Lee?
Crazy.
173 and 2/8.
No, Ross's biggest bow buck is his first one. Is
The 217?
217. Yeah.
Oh, that was a bow kill?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the
when he was like
205 or whatever.
17 or 18.
Was it 205 or 209 was a gun kill?
Well, he killed. So his first big one was a bow kill. That was 217. He netted 211, and then his second 200 was 207 with a muzzle loader, and
Yep.
then he killed his third one was a bow deer at 202.
Yep.
Yep.
He has 3 200 inch deer.
It's ungodly.
He's 33.
33 years old,
33.
has 3 200-inch deer.
Disgusting.
He's got 3 kids though.
There you go.
Dude, it's
I
all
gotta
about
have another
that.
kid.
How about that fucking?
I gotta have another kid.
I've never
start
thought about
fucking
it.
again.
God damn it!
I'm back.
I'm going home. I'll see you guys later.
Stop the record.
Get a gas station pill while you're on the way home.
That's pretty impressive for a group of guys to have
For a bunch of idiots.
almost every buck, everybody right at that 170th mark.
Well,
for
you
your
know,
biggest
we
bow
all
buck.
have money.
I don't have
We make
shit for
6
money. I don't know what you're
figures.
talking about.
Hey, like I was saying, I
Must
can't,
be nice.
I can't even afford to pay attention.
I pay for insurance out of pocket. So, you guys want to talk?
Yeah.
And daycare. That's 30 grand a year.
I should say
I'm broke.
Yeah. How feel?
I got enough money for gas to go hunting, and that's it.
I should say mine scored 170 and 1/8 with only a 16-inch spread. So
He's got a great frame.
think about that.
He's got a heart-shaped frame for your girl.
Yep. Aww.
Just for her.
You in love, Doug?
With deer hunting.
Do you love her?
I'll help you here, Doug. I tell you what, guys, the Iowa guys might be storming the Illinois boys this year.
They're trying. They're trying.
Good. Good.
Finally.
You think I'm mad about it? So let's talk about it. If we're doing it, you're talking bow hunting league, right?
You're talking about it?
Yep.
Good thing is Illinois boys get a couple tags, and I haven't even burnt one yet.
Listen, we've been top.
Yeah, but you burnt an Illinois tag or an Iowa
An
tag.
Iowa
I mean,
tag, yeah. Iowa, I'm done, but Illinois, I'm just.
Stakes are high this year. Everyone's killing big deer in bow hunting league. We've been the top podcast team the last 2 years. Team Illinois WCB has been the top 10 the last 2 years. That's me, Austin, and Ross. And Team Iowa WCB is, you guys are sitting real good right now. Listen, love to see it. Love to see it. Am I mad about it? No, because WCB is in the title. Let's go.
That's right.
Hey,
Chipotle.
the boys are killing it. Hey,
The boys are killing.
Yeah.
I'm proud. I am rooting for you guys.
What to see 2 WCB teams in the top 10 once you guys.
I think it's going to happen.
We're working on it. Listen, all I'm saying is we're working on it.
did you enter Ross's deer?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, but late, not after the last update. Ross entered his on like the last day you could enter it because the dude's fucking. So I'm backing off. I'm not working. And he's just working. You can't.
Yeah.
That dude
He
is
shot a
worker.
deer, and he was working the same day.
How cool would it be to have both teams in the top 10?
It'd make a statement.
I think it could happen.
Listen, we're working on it. Okay. I'm fucking working on it, Lee.
I know.
I feel like that's some kind of diss.
No, it's not.
Give me some room, Lee.
I'm just saying it'll be
Back
cool.
off, Lee.
It'll be cool.
You know,
I don't have room to talk.
actually, I think we said I think this year Bowhunting League got way more popular, so there's a lot more killers and badasses in it. But we have a couple records. Podcast team. I'm the only one that's ever been in the top 10 and been in the top 10 in King of Tines. I was the first, at least. That record will full blown be forgotten about. But I think like Bowhunting League should do that shit. Like keep record because that makes it fun. It makes it's kind of like how the UFC has like when a fighter walks out, even though they're not relevant stats to the current year, it's like, oh yeah, he's the like Donald Cerrone, most wins in UFC history, most head kick knockouts. Like that stuff's cool.
Yeah.
Like it builds hype, I think, around it, which brings attention to it. But you guys are strong contenders. A 170 and some change, a 172 and some change, and Lee killed one. Lee, here, all right, we got to talk about this. You have been hating on your own deer a little bit.
I know.
And it fucking bothers me.
I know. I got hit with ground shrinkage this year. It excited me at the time, and that's all that matters. But he was about 15 inches smaller than I figured he was on the hoof.
That's okay.
That's all right.
It happens.
It's a great buck. I'm gonna officially measure him after this podcast. He's a good deer.
Yeah. And
You smoked his ass.
I did. I thumped him, and for me, it was a get the monkey off my back kind of deal.
200-inch curse.
Yeah, it'd been ever since I killed Junk Brow. It'd been like God was just like, nope, not you, no more, nope, not you.
No
you had
more.
your chance.
You've been blessed.
You've been blessed. You're gonna take the shit end of the stick for a while here, and he came to the horns all cool and got me amped up, and I greased him.
I greased him.
That's what we like right there.
Yep.
That's
He
a
went.
very.
He went 47 yards.
Hey, finger guns.
Shoot eye.
Grease his ass. Bang bang. Hey, that's very Kurt Geyer fashion.
It was very Kurt Geyer fashion. And he's got a drop tine. First drop tine buck.
Hey, count it,
There you
baby.
go.
Baby dropper.
Baby dropper.
Put her on the sheet.
Did you know he had that when he shot? No. Hey, you know my old saying. I like to shoot deer.
Yep.
Yep.
I like to kill shit.
I like to shoot deer. Is there anything wrong with it?
Hey, it's fun.
No.
Does it limit me from killing giants? 100%. Yeah. It does.
I don't know what you want me to say here, but yes.
Yeah, 100% it does. Absolutely.
I like killing giraffes. Leave me alone.
Hey, every now and again a giraffe rolls by and you got to shoot it.
You got to do things.
You gotta do your thing.
I love big deer. I do. I want to kill big deer. I've been trying to kill. I've killed some really great deer. I've killed some big deer. I want to kill a megalodon. I'm working really hard at it. But I will not let that stop me from shooting good deer.
I will not.
Luckily, you get 2 tags in Illinois.
I would rather shoot 2 good deer every year than shoot 1 great deer every 5.
Amen.
That's where I'm
I'm right
agree
there
with
with
that.
you.
Here's the thing. I got 1 life to live, and please debate me. I want a great conversation here, and I will not take offense to it. I have 1 life to live. I want to kill as most mature deer as I can shoot with a good rack on its head and feel good about it because that's fucking fun.
Yep. I think it depends a lot on what's on your farm that year.
That
if
does,
you've got 5 160s and you've got 1 170, I'm probably not going to hold out for that 170. I'm going to shoot at least one of the 160s and then wait for the 170.
Yes.
Luckily in Illinois we have that
walks
option.
by.
Well, and that's in some cases, it's, when you have that 180 versus the 160,
Then it's
depends on
different.
where you're at.
Yeah.
2 tags. I'm shooting the first 160 that walks by, and then I'm solely hunting the 180 after that.
Yes.
But like us 3 in Illinois, if we're on a personal, Iowa, sorry. If we're on a permission farm or whatever, and we have the 1 tag, I mean, my mindset is for the most part, I'm hunting the 180 until it's like towards the very end of the season, and then it's like, all right, well, see what comes by.
Yeah, for sure.
I think you got to shoot what makes you happy.
Yeah.
That's true.
I don't care what it is. If it's 120-inch deer or 200-inch deer.
I'm a little.
It's
I'm a
your
little different
tag.
Than,
You can put it on whatever you want.
I'm a little different than Lee. Like I'll be hunting that 180 if that 160 walks by.
I just, dude, there's
He's getting
something
whacked.
fun
I just can't pass them.
He's getting
about
whacked.
it. And I think also this is where the kid thing comes into play. Yeah, maybe it gives you like a boost of luck or something like that, like we kind of alluded to earlier. But also too, it's like family stress when you have young kids and putting time in the stand. I know we preach that, you can't kill big bucks if your wife sucks, but that's a fun statement to make. It is fun.
It is fun.
It's fun. It's arrogant. It's unrealistic to a point. If your wife never lets you go, you're never gonna kill a big fucking deer because she's a bitch. But if your wife's cool and you're hustling for the 180 and you got a 4 and a 2-year-old or a 3-year-old and an under 1-year-old and you're out there for fucking 30 days and every night and every weekend, like I will show some sympathy, but it gets hard. Like you come to a point where you're like, all right, what are we doing here? Like at a point, like I'm to the point, and I'm not. I'm gonna try to get divorced this season. It's my goal. And
How's that going?
I want to do like full blown 180. The point I was gonna make to make a point.
Yeah.
It's going good, but I feel the stress of the family. I do. Like I felt guilty. Like as the time we're recording, tomorrow's Illinois opening day, first firearm season. I hunted all day today. And I have been hunting my fucking ass off, trying to kill that 180 plus buck that I had on camera. And Sam has been a saint and has not gave me really any grief. Now, but do I feel it? This is what I'm doing. I'm working that overtime. So I feel that with the kids. I feel that with the family. I feel it with the wife. Like. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh,
a
yeah.
little bit.
Doug probably doesn't, but I know what you're saying.
Well,
hold on, shut up, Doug. You know what I'm saying?
My dog feels it.
the good news is, like, we're starting to wind down. Like, after you start getting into late November, right around the first week in December, your morning hunts are getting to be done. And then you're just focusing on the evening food. So your hunts get cut in half here real soon. So we got another week or so to grind it out, and then it's going to start tailing off.
We hit today. Today was, I fucking hustled today. I hunted in the morning, hung a stand, got back in, made some phone. I call the homies, I text the homies, I go hunt. That's what I've been doing since fucking October 25th. So I told Sam, I'm like, all right, day before firearm season, like this week, that Thanksgiving week, Black Friday week is still fair game for morning hunts. After that, coming to the second Illinois firearm season, which is the Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday after Thanksgiving, things start to tick down to afternoon hunts, right? That's that transition you're talking about.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you've made it, honey.
We're close. Give me a week. We got a week.
We're so close.
We're good. But let's back up a little bit. We've all killed great deer. Austin, you killed a great deer in Iowa. We still got to do an exclusive podcast on that. Like we've all killed great deer, right? I feel a little guilty. It's like, why haven't I slowed down and been thankful for the deer I killed? I killed a really great mature buck the same day Eric shot his buck. And I like Illinois with 2 tags. I almost feel a little guilty.
It's because you've got the what I would classify as a world-class caliber deer that you still have a tag to hunt.
Hey, man, you get 2 tags and it's time to be out there hunting. If you're not going to get a divorce, get out there and get out.
And it'd be different to me if it was a...
I didn't stop.
Right.
I killed my deer. I'm hunting the next morning.
That's what you got to do.
Yep. But I used to be different. Like I used to kill my first buck or a buck, whatever. Maybe I consider that buck my only buck I got that season. Depends on my age and mindset at the time. And I used to kind of like take some days off and be like, wow, I got one. And then now I'm like, yeah, I got a good one. There I am the next morning hunting again. Like part of me feels a little guilty about it, but part of me is like,
Hey,
it's what you love. It's what you do.
You know
man.
what I'm saying?
we're passionate about it.
I know, but I'm trying to make great conversation here, and I'm kind of just talking through my thoughts. You guys are my therapy right now.
I think
Do you know what I mean? Because Doug, did you have that urge the day after you killed this fucking giant?
Just to go hunting again?
The next morning.
I did, but
You did.
I couldn't because in Iowa you can't.
I know, but if you did, you would.
Oh,
if
yeah.
you could, you
Oh,
would.
for sure.
dude,
if I
I
had another
would've-
tag in my pocket,
I would have
goddamn
been
right.
in that stand probably the same one and tried to shoot one of them freaks.
You guys tagged on early enough in Iowa that you both have Illinois tags now.
Well,
so.
there's a story to that.
So we're getting to this.
But to come on your point, like we killed the same day. I'm like, sweet. I'm usually like the late season guy, like still hustling. I don't know how I haven't got a divorce yet because my seasons usually go to late season. But I'm like, sweet. I'm done early this year. I get to relax. About 4 days go by and I'm like, fuck. I wish I was in the stand.
Well, Doug kills this giant. You're like, fuck, it's closer than I thought.
I wish I was in
Pressure's
the
on.
stand. Yeah, and then Doug kills his mondo and I'm like,
I went and picked up Eric's deer to take it to the old barn. So I've been staring at these two deer at old barn for a while, and Austin came up and we're looking at him. And I think we guessed mine maybe mid 170s.
I was guessing both of them real close to low 70s.
They're both close. So I knew Eric's score. So then,
Oh, it got weird, right?
yeah. So I have the rack. I have my rack coming back to the studio, and I just had an idea. And I was like, I wonder if. I was like, I think mine's bigger. So I call Eric. I'm like, hey, do you want to end the bet right now and chance it? And if mine scores bigger, you gotta get the tattoo. If yours scores bigger, I gotta get the tattoo.
I like that a lot.
And I was like, and we just end it right there.
That is cocky.
That's cocky.
yeah, but that's not quite how you say it. You're like, I wanted to
But-
tell you this.
Yes,
You're like,
but I didn't want to do it at the same time.
but I didn't want to do, but I don't want to do it.
because his is just a massive.
And Doug kind of had the upper hand here because you could
'Cause
see,
I knew the score.
You could see both of them at the same time
And I knew
kinda
what Eric
compare.
scored, yeah.
I never seen him side by side. He just sent me pictures. So I'm
Dude,
like,
when you look at them side by
fuck.
side, that's not a fucking bet I'd take, Doug.
Well,
I
and
mean,
that's like Eric's buck carries the mass up into the tines a lot more than Doug's, but Doug's has
Tine
the
length.
long
Tine length.
He has the long
Eric's
beams and the
left side
tine.
on that motherfucker is crazy.
Eric's buck, to me, when you hold them side by side, looks like 8 to 10 inches bigger, just
All right,
because
hold
of its
on.
mass.
For the
retarded.
camera, hold your Gary, hold Doug's, and Lee, hold Eric's. That way we can get on that camera.
Because
there.
the one thing I really notice when I look at deer
Oh shit,
is mass. That's the one thing that really sticks out to me, and
Yeah.
what to me looks like it makes a big deer a big deer.
Yeah.
So to me,
But
when
I'm
I look at
I'm a
them,
tine guy. I look at Doug's. I'm looking at them 12 and 13-inch threes. I'm like, God damn.
Eric's has the mass and the H3s
and just a little
H4s.
bit bigger frame.
Yep.
Bigger frame, little wider. But yeah, Eric's makes up for the mass, the H2s, 3s, 4s. Doug's, really, your buck has great mass at the basis, but he's just,
He loses it. Yeah.
He's got bigger bases than I think Eric's does.
Yes.
yeah, but he's average in the beams.
Yep.
Average good for his frame. I don't mean to be like average for a
He's actually
120.
very symmetrical too. Besides
Yeah.
the G2.
Yeah, I remember that measuring him up. I'm like, wow.
And
he's
Doug
actually-
calls me and tells me this. We got the phone. I call Bucky right away. I'm like, bro, who's is bigger?
Oh, what Bucky say? That's interesting. We got to get Bucky back in.
We gotta
here,
get him
dude.
back in. But he's like, I don't know. I haven't seen good pics. And I'm like going through my phone.
Oh,
I'm
you
se-
can't corner like a pro measurer like Bucky. I'm a
I'm
fucking measurer, but
I'm sending every picture I have of mine, every one of Doug's, and I'm like,
he's cheating. He's slighting you.
I'm like,
He's been cheating.
I'm like, which buck is bigger? And Bucky's straight up like, he's like, man, I think he's got you in tine length. I'm like, fuck. I'm like, I almost called Doug back because I wanted Bucky to be like, yours is bigger, no doubt.
did.
And I wanted to be like, I'd call him back. I'll make that bet.
Yeah, I almost wanted to write it out, but
Well,
we both kind of backed out.
I pulled into Old Barn and you were there, and I hadn't seen Eric's yet, and I'm sitting there looking at yours, and then I look over, and this deer's like laying on the tailgate. I'm like, whose is that? Because it didn't look the same as what I saw in the pictures. Like Eric's deer looks a lot bigger in person than the pictures. So when I saw that and I saw yours, I'm like, man, it's going to be fucking tight. It's going to be real tight.
I think since like I had the whole body and everything, the animals were still on the deer and everything, it looked a little bigger. But like Lee said, when they're off the rack,
Mass
they
just
start
looks
looking-
bigger to me.
yeah, mass just looks bigger.
It makes deer look.
sure.
It looks bigger to me with the mass, but
But thank God I didn't do that.
yeah. Would you be kicking yourself bigger than shit if Eric had been like, "Yep, let's do it"? and then you score them, and you're like,
to that would have been like, fuck.
Well, yeah, you're gonna
I'll
have
make
more.
that bet right now.
You're gonna have more fun this way. Now you get to keep hunting a little bit.
Yep.
Yeah, I gotta keep hunting. And
But now it gets really interesting.
yeah,
Which
it got
buck do you
really
shoot
interesting
next?
when somebody was being a little sneaky son of a bitch over there.
Hey,
Hey.
Oh,
Just
hey.
using my resources, bro.
bruh.
Without telling anybody.
He just being sneaky.
No, I told everyone just beside you.
You didn't tell me.
Eric has to hunt my farm, and I said he could.
Yeah. It was interesting when I brought the deer over and me and Kurt were going to the airport and he was like, I think Eric's hunting my farm tomorrow. I was like, what?
Oh, I thought it's just like public knowledge.
No.
No.
I was like,
You gotta
what?
remember, I'm the neutral guy.
Yeah,
It was to everybody but Doug.
I was like,
I was
what
like,
do
oh
you
yeah,
mean?
he's hunting Kurt's farm.
I was like, what do you mean? You never said anything. And then I asked Eric and he's like, no, I didn't get a tag. The motherfucker had a tag and was hunting Ross's the whole time.
See, but you tricked me because you played. I didn't.
Fucking being a conniving son of a
I was like,
bitch.
hey, you go into my farm. I was actually like low key kind of excited you're gonna hunt my farm.
Yeah, and I was going to, and then Ross calls, and I'm like, hey, what's going with your farm?
Ross kills bigger deer.
Oh
I'm
my
going to his farm.
gosh, dude, he dropped you like a hot
I
potato.
know. Oh, I'm like, well,
Hey,
fuck my
hey.
farm, huh?
Hey, look at the statistics.
Can I make a prediction for this bet?
Ooh.
What's the last day before we leave for ATA?
Hold on, pause real quick. The statistics are: I've owned my farm a year and I've killed a bigger deer on it than Ross has killed in the last year. It's pretty good odds. But fuck me, right? Right? The stats.
Yeah, but how many big deer has Ross taken off his farm?
I hear you, but in 1 year,
And the last year occurred to be ahead.
And you lied to Ross.
What do you mean I lied to Ross?
Ross told me that you called him and saying, Doug and Austin have this thing where Doug's going to go hunt Austin's place. I need a place to go. I'm poor me. Bing, bing, bing.
Oh man,
Oh God!
And
you're
me
tearing this family apart.
and me and Austin never had anything.
Eric's in there driving that way.
Yeah.
You know what?
So Ross is feeling bad.
I'm that poor landowner in the middle between Austin and Ross.
Hey, guys.
Hey, I got
Anybody
a
want to
farm.
hunt my
I
farm?
got a farm.
You're the last guy in dodgeball.
I'm like, yeah, don't pick the retard.
Okay, so my
I gotta
prediction:
quit saying that word. I don't like that word. I really don't.
the day before we leave
Faggot, I
for
don't mind, but I
ATA,
don't like that R word.
Moving on.
the day before we leave for ATA is when it's going to be decided.
Yep.
Neither of them is going to kill a buck until that day, and it's going to be whoever kills the biggest buck or 2 inches bigger versus not on that day.
And it's
That's what
gonna
it's
be
going to
about
come
a
down
Oh,
to.
ATA is the day.
65 incher versus a 73 incher,
Yep.
something like that.
So they are both killing a buck the day before we leave for ATA.
So-
I'm putting my money on it now.
The day we leave for ATA is the last day. That is the final day.
So they could technically hunt Illinois because what's it go till the 15th or something?
Second Sunday.
So you have until the last
Yeah, but with
day
work, it'd
of
be
the
over.
bet.
So do you each
the
have
10th.
one tag left?
2. They both have an Illinois
We
tag
get
and an Iowa
we
tag.
get an Iowa gun.
But they
tag,
could,
too.
but they could go to
Missouri.
Indiana,
Yep.
Missouri, Wisconsin. But so the last day is the 10th of January.
Which is Iowa's last day.
Oh, it is the last day.
Yeah.
Wow.
In Iowa.
Yep.
in Iowa.
That my guess is neither of you are going to kill an Illinois deer, and you're not going to go anywhere else. And come the last day of late muzzleloader season in Iowa, you're both killing a buck.
You're wrong.
Doug's got it in for Wisconsin, though, don't you know?
Oh.
Hey!
Oh.
Come here, 100 inches.
Lay them out.
Hey,
It was funny.
Still got milk on his lips,
It
Doug.
was
He's
funny.
canning them.
It's funny because
He's snorting weed.
Todd was like, Todd heard about all this shit Eric's pulling. He's like, oh, dude, you just hoeing on my farms.
Yeah, well, how did you sneak in with Todd?
Dude, me and Todd.
Where did Todd come into
Me
play?
and Todd are boys.
Oh, yeah?
I'm like, you hearing this, Todd? You hearing what this motherfucker's doing? He's like, oh, bro. He's like, I got a whole property I haven't even looked at. I don't even look at it. You can just go there and
I
hunt.
don't even look at it.
I was like, at it.
I was like, that sounds pretty sick. And then I got that picture of that deer that was probably, 15 inches? And I was like, Eric, you're lucky I wasn't hunting.
Yeah, he sent this itty bitty forky. You're lucky I wasn't hunting this morning,
dude.
Eric.
The one buck's pretty nice.
The one buck is very nice.
That's nice.
Too bad you can't hunt this weekend.
Yeah, too bad I can't. That sucks. Illinois gun seasons are
Illinois needs to change some
Stupid.
shit.
Hey,
Oh my God,
The
it's
good
fucked.
thing is, after the gun season, it's looking nice and cool. Deer cast is showing good for like 10 days solid.
Yeah, over
and-
Thanksgiving.
And Doug will be out of town.
Fuck your family, dude. Go
Dude,
home.
I'm going.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm going to Austin for 3 days. Friday,
divorced.
Saturday, Sunday.
I will be in Wisconsin, so
Hey, listen, my farm was up for grabs. I'm in a spot where a big deer could be up. Gary, come on over.
Hell, I might come over.
Hey, I'll go hunt your farm then.
Dude, we'll do a swap.
We'll make
Swap.
a trade. We're swinging.
dude, that's not a bad idea for a hunting
Swinging.
show. You know the wife swap thing? that you should
Property
do?
swap?
Yeah.
Trading
Property
farms.
swap? Yeah, farm swap.
Shoot and kill a
Farm
buck
trade.
first.
Yeah,
Could be fun.
that's
Trade
not a
all
bad
your
idea.
ground for Kurt's 40.
Hey,
Well,
Depends
you
on what
gotta
he's
make
got.
it even, like
Yeah.
40 for 40.
so right 40 sometimes. Okay, well, Gary said I had a beautiful farm, and that made me feel really good.
It is.
Dude, it looks great, man.
When Gary's in the middle of it, and I'm like, I never brought anyone there. You guys haven't seen my farm.
No, I don't even know where it's
Fuck
at.
me, right?
Austin's seen, you've seen it, but Austin's seen it, but like
Eric won't even hunt it.
the crew has it. I offered it up. You guys have we just haven't been there.
Yeah.
I'd
And,
come back
uh,
for late season.
Come on in, brother. Out the
Everybody's looking for a place. Who wants to hunt my place?
yeah. I just need deer killed on it because I want to sell it in 10 years. I want deer killed on it. Every
Hey, how
year.
late does the season go out there?
It's over.
Oh, Darth.
Your season's over already?
Oh shit.
5 days?
Hell, you can go to Texas till like February, can't you?
Oh, dude, I want to go to Texas bad. Hey, there's a few things we're going to talk about on this
I
one.
know a guy in Texas.
There were some.
So do I.
There's a few things. I'm looking at you because you're like Jordan's our Jamie, but you're kind of like the memory bank.
Okay. A few things about like stuff you want to cut loose, or
Yeah, but anything else? There was a few things that we get in with them. The 10th is the last day of the bet.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
We're supposed to work each other up here on this, and it's not happening.
I don't recall. Sorry.
Uh,
I guess I dropped the ball.
don't make me ponder here alone.
Yeah.
I
don't
I
remember.
remember one. You're talking about subjects you're supposed to get worked up on tonight.
Yeah. So on part one, we talked about some things we're going
Well,
to
I
get
know
into.
those, but you're talking about with the bet between the two of them?
Yeah, the bet, and then we'll get to that.
That's the one I remember. I don't remember what
I
we're
want
talking
to take
about
the
on
bet stuff and lead into that, so it's not like, oh yeah, this thing I was supposed to get
I
worked
don't
up about.
remember bet wise what we were gonna.
I don't either.
So me and Eric,
Okay, so it's
We have
we're
Illinois
2
bow
inches
tags.
apart here on this
yeah,
bet.
we have Illinois bow tags, and then
Illinois. What happens if Eric kills a 120 in Illinois? Like, would you kill a 120?
Depends on the date. Right?
Yeah, it depends on the date.
Like
January 9th?
next week?
10th?
Yeah, not next week, no.
You wouldn't?
Yes.
Wow, really?
It's a
I'm
bold.
just saying, if I was gonna get a tattoo on my ass, I'd be killing a 120.
And looking for a Kentucky tag just in case.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Somewhere, anywhere else. Yeah.
Bird in the hand.
Where are you at with this? You're behind.
well,
Yeah, but
You're 2 inches short, which
2
you're probably
inches, though?
used
his
to.
wife's already pissed.
2 inches short.
Doug's got a huge dick.
Probably
We all know.
used to. Yeah.
All right.
Have you
calm
seen the
That's
pictures?
what we heard. All right. I don't know.
Look at any picture from a trade show.
Yep, that's what I did.
All right,
That's what I'm
easy.
saying.
It's the pants.
You're printing, dude.
Takes me back to the pants
Is it a
store.
Glock? Oh, it's my cock.
I got a silencer shaped like a penis. Silencer Central, get on it.
I don't know. I was gonna keep egging on his wife, like, man, Eric's been gone a lot.
You got a new baby at
He's
home.
playing dirty.
Baby's
Pretty
crying.
sad.
He's playing dirty.
Baby's crying.
Baby's crying.
Eric, baby's
Who
crying.
you fucking OJ?
Oh shit.
Okay, so all right, Doug, I'm asking you the same question. 120 comes in next week.
I won't be there.
He'll be in Wisconsin.
120 comes in the next 15 days.
I don't know. I hate to start being picky, but you saw the one I saw, like the one on camera.
Okay.
I'd want that one.
I think you don't
How
have
do
a-
you feel about that move? Is it a dirty move?
What?
The Todd move?
No.
No. Why
It's
didn't
fair
you
game.
Why didn't you pull that off? Like that's. I feel like there's. is
Dude,
that weird?
Eric went right for the 200 club.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. Okay.
Using
I
my
don't blame him
resources,
because I
bro.
was asking him and he was being weird about it.
I know, and I couldn't lie to you anymore. I'm like,
And it turns out Eric was just hunting there.
I hunted there one time.
No, you didn't.
Today you did.
Yeah, this is my
Twice.
second time.
That's twice.
You're
No, before I told you.
You're lying, Eric. Why are you
No,
lying?
before I told you, I had to tag you, donkey.
you're hunting Todd's place?
No, he is.
I am.
Oh, you are.
All right, what's your minimum, Eric? What do you got to
I've
shoot
seen
in
that farm
Illinois?
too.
Ooh, good 135
Gary's
watching.
got all our secrets. We got to keep this guy close.
Yep.
Call it.
What's,
we
it,
need
what's it
diesel.
worth to you?
Hit up Diesel. Call Gary Blessing.
Dude, I got something to talk about that.
What?
So not you, obviously, but I'm in a big group with a bunch of people, and apparently there's a guy in Iowa who's a dog tracker who like goes on these tracks and sees these people's neighborhoods and sees their farms and then door knocks the shit out of that
Yes.
area.
Yeah, I've heard it too.
Do you know him? Do you know him,
I've
Gary?
heard it too. Yeah.
Let's call him out. What's his name?
No, I'm not going to do that.
I'm not gonna do that either, but like,
But yeah,
Come on.
it's
What's his
true.
name?
He
He,
was-
probably
he was on
used
a track
Vortex
today on a
Optics, I
giant.
bet.
Hey,
You know what I mean?
he found a
let's
giant
call him.
today.
Let's call him.
Let's call him. He uses Simmons
You know who
scopes,
you
Michael.
are.
What?
He probably uses Simmons scopes on his guns.
Hey, I've shot one elk in my life, and it was with Tasco. What's up?
And
Dude, you're not even human.
Bottom of the barrel.
Everybody's lucky one time.
Hey, it was a borrowed gun. I don't have a rifle for an elk.
Listen, I'm just saying the addition next door, Cold Ring Lounge.
Yeah, baby.
It's comfy. It's classy.
Loophole Lounge.
Bring your ladies.
in all fairness,
Free cocktails for the ladies all the times at Loophole.
I've only heard one person do that. Most trackers aren't like that.
Yeah, I know.
It takes a special person to do that.
Well, and this apparently this person has been this way pre-dog tracking. Like,
Yeah.
He's just a piece of shit.
he's a piece of thief and
The only reason he got into
Trespasses
the only
and that
reason
kind of
he
stuff.
got into dog tracking is to walk with other people's farms.
basically that's kind of what these people have said. Yeah.
Well,
Sounds
Gary,
like
we
you
all
might need to be
suck, but
called
we
out.
choose you to be our
Appreciate
resident
that.
dog tracker.
No, I've seen a lot of good dirt. A lot. Trust me.
All right, there's a few things I want to unpack because we're into the fun part right now. And I don't know how to bring this up. I'll be vague. We were talking about big deer at dinner. And I want to lead in carefully because I want you guys, Lee and Gary and whoever else wants to lead in. We're talking about there's a lot of big deer get killed every year, and some big deer get killed consistently. This is a fun conversation. I love this conversation.
Like too consistently.
How many big deer out there, big deer, like dream type deer, get killed every year that you wonder, like, where were the fair chase rules bent in the harvest of that big deer? Mm-hmm. And we always hear about this, or there's thoughts about it and whatever and what have. And Gary, you go on I don't know how many tracks a year, and Lee is in the mix. That's Lee, you bring a very valuable asset to the WCB
Yeah,
team.
Lee hears a lot.
I talk to a lot of people.
You're in the mix, but you pay attention,
'Cause
which
you're
is great.
cold.
Like at ATA show last year, we're at ATA in our own industry that we've been in for almost 9 years, and we're in our own media room WCB beer hour, and Lee is coming up to me being like, okay, here's the people that came to your beer hour.
Right.
And, that's so-and-so, that's so-and-so, that's so-and-so. And so Lee's telling me who these people. Well, apparently we don't fucking pay attention, which is probably like a good thing.
I
and a
can't
bad
afford
thing.
I think it's
remember?
because you don't consume the type of media you produce.
We don't. 100% we don't.
And I do.
And
other
you
than-
do.
Yes.
Which is great. Keep doing it because you fill us in. So
Keep doing it.
Lee hears about all this stuff. You see it, Gary.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know, Michael. I don't know if you see it, Austin. I don't know if you consume any content, Doug, Eric, but I don't really much at all.
I don't either.
So
I
it was
spend
a-
too many hours in the truck not to.
right. Well, it was a fun conversation we had at dinner. Is like talking about like how many giant deer and whatever we want to call giant. We'll call 170 plus type deer, 165 plus. We'll go 165 plus deer. How many do you think were killed? That get killed every year are like 100% fair chase. Like what's like the percentage that get killed like in fair?
I'll say it this way. I think even going outside of the giant, I think you would shit the number of deer that are not fully taken 100% by the book.
So like,
I'm not going to go out and say a number, but I think you would shit if you knew, even if it was
You definitely shit.
bet rules.
2 minutes. Yeah, 2 minutes after shooting light. Anything as minimal as that, or you know what I mean.
Maybe
you're
a
saying
corn pile.
any rule violation.
Any rule
whatsoever.
violation, I bet it would scare you. The number of deer.
Any rule violation would be
Heck-
large.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think you'd shit.
it'd be disgusting.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
I would
Oh,
think
yeah.
so.
I would think as well.
I couldn't put a number on it, but I think it would scare you.
40%, 30%.
That are with minimal rule violation.
Yeah, it
I
can
bet
be
it's
minimal.
I bet it's flip flopped. I bet it's 60 or
Whoa.
70% of deer.
Look at
And maybe unknowing.
Right, and I'm not saying done on purpose, but I'm saying
By the book, 100%.
By the book?
I bet you're not too far off.
I bet it's 60 to 70% are
you-
taken.
Are you
illegally.
talking about the guy that, like climbs in his tree 30 minutes before dark and knocks an arrow and lets his bow hang? That's a rule violation.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I mean,
I don't do
You know?
that. So
you know what I mean? Or he picks the head up, he rolls the deer over.
I'm
He
saying
guts the deer, he throws it on the four-wheeler and then tags it. That's a rule violation.
for me, I think it's
Or are
rule
we
violations
talking-
pre-kill or
Up
involved
unti-
up until the arrow is released.
Up until the arrow.
A rule violation in that aspect.
So you're talking hunting over bait. You're talking
Hunting over bait, shooting before daylight hours,
Yeah.
shooting before shooting light.
Name-
Whatever.
I definitely see or suspect some things.
I
on
can't
some bigger
imagine
deer.
what you see.
oh yeah.
I see a lot of stuff,
but
I
it's
don't
not your job to
like
like
stories
really.
No,
not adding up.
I'm not.
and-
I'm not about getting guys to draw. I'm not. I have literally shirts that says "Not the Game Warden." To be honest, I'm there to recover deer. I'm not there to
That's why you were called.
play Snoop
You're
Dogg.
there to look in a 1 foot wide path where a diesel
I just want to follow my dog and find your deer. I don't give a shit about what happens after. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Before or after.
And that's fair. That's fair.
But I know several big deer that we found that there may be some questions. I'm not saying like there's major cheating. It's not. That's not what I'm saying. But most hunters, I think, are doing the right thing. But look at all the, like, especially the Illinois DNR. I think they have a reputation of when there's a really big deer killed, your 220s, your really big deer, and they start snooping. It's uncanny about what they find when they start poking. And I don't know why, but like, not to drop names, but like that Kiernan buck, they investigated him and they busted him, I think, on 2 or 3 different deer, and they have a reputation of doing that. So to the point, I don't know. I bet you there's a number of them that property
I
lines
bet you
are
it'd surprise
involved.
you.
Big deer make people do stupid things.
Yes, 100%.
True. That is true.
I hear so much
Unfortunately, but
desperation.
I think it's the case.
Big deer
make
bring
people-
out the worst in
Yep.
people. Mm-hmm. It brings out
Yep.
the worst in people.
And I think it's bad for the sport. It's horrible for the sport.
Dude, it's, what's Devin, our boy Devin. Let's use him as an example. He killed the cemetery buck in Utah. Mm-hmm. He called the DNR to go recover it.
Yep.
And this is how crazy this deer got. The DNR went with him to recover this deer. He recovered it with the DNR to prove like fair chase, all the bullshit, Someone saw him through a spotting scope with the DNR, took a picture of it, posted it to a forum. Basically, it was like, oh, must have been poached.
And it just went wild with it.
Yeah. And Devin went ghost mode for a year on that deer and then went to that forum, which I can't remember what forum it was, but there's a pretty good thread.
Yep.
Fairly positive thread given the instance of like the cemetery buck, like people are photographing this deer. And then Devin gave his case and like told a story. It's an interesting read. If you go to the, I don't
It's a really
remember.
good read.
Yeah, I don't remember what episode it was. I think I put the forum link in the
Yep.
episode, and it's cool to read it. Like Devin explains the story. He went ghost mode for a year,
A whole year.
then told the story. It's like, well, that makes sense. I would do this probably the same thing, but it's big deer do bring out the worst in people.
I've always said, don't get me wrong, Junk Brow's a giant, but he's not like magazine cover worthy.
Fuck yeah, he is. He's that deer's
Okay,
a great
well,
deer.
I've always said if I shoot like 230 type deer, first phone call is going to be my dad. Second phone call is the DNR.
Yep.
Okay,
It's
yeah.
just easier to stomp it and get it out of the way.
They're going to come knocking anyway.
Because yeah, exactly. Because there's jealous people. There's
Yep.
hardly a person I know that's killed a deer over like 220 that has not been called in by a neighbor that's jealous. Mm-hmm. And it's, in my opinion, it's just easier to get it out of the way.
Did you have any grief at all with Junk Brow?
No. I mean, there was a lot of rumors,
Like what rumors? Like what?
not anything bad, but like, well, I'm from Amana. Oh, he shot it on Amana, which I did not.
Cult ground. Yeah.
He shot it on public ground over here because he was tired of hunting there. Just that kind of stuff. It was, I heard anywhere from it scored 270 to
Oh, really?
Yeah. I saw one Snapchat thread. One of my friends sent it to me, and it was like, I heard this kid shot this on this public ground, and it was like 270 something. And I'm just like, how does that happen? You know?
Did Ross have any grief with any of his?
Not really. I mean, he's pretty much got that ground locked down. That's been family ground for years. So
Right.
there's not
What
a whole
about
lot.
your big ones, man? You ever had any bullshit? Leah's
Leah's
hopper
buck.
dropper, well, obviously that wasn't because of people. That was just the coyotes. But like the hopper dropper deer got a lot of neighbors riled up.
It did?
Oh yeah, yeah. There were a lot of guys after that deer. So
And they knew about them and had like pictures or.
yep. When
Well,
I
see,
killed
I'd
that
be
deer,
happy for a guy like that, though.
yeah,
But,
people
yeah.
are not.
Just
So-
like you. I
Just
mean,
like with 9 Lives, like the neighbor called me, I could have been like, that was my fucking deer. No, I'm happy for the guy.
Fuck you.
I'm like,
You piece of shit.
I'm like, hey, can I come out and take pictures for you or do whatever, help you drag it out? Like,
What did guys say about the hopper dropper? Like, what kind of bullshit?
Oh, it was just, well, you weren't supposed to be on that farm, or I've been hunting that farm for years, and you didn't need to be on there. And it's like, dude, go talk to the landowner about it. Like,
Yeah, he
I got
really knows.
permission from him,
Yeah, here we are.
Yeah.
Yeah, what else?
Well, through the years, like when you're successful and local people see it, they get jealous about it. So, whether it's baiting or poaching or shining or whatever, I mean, you get accused of everything.
Isn't it crazy?
yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm starting to like. I have not killed a giant. I meant to kind of like talk about this, but like I thought about it. I do all my thinking when mowing and driving. And I haven't mowed for a while, so it's been
Thank
driving.
God.
tree standing.
So it's just tree standing.
Dude. I've been thinking. Your boy's been. I've been at it. I've been grinding, as the kids would say.
What are you doing? What are you
And
doing?
I have had. Oh, I don't want to sound off on this, but hear what I'm saying a little bit. I think like